right, guys, so today we're going to be working on blending a gradient. So you'll definitely need some acrylic gesso, and so express some of that onto your palette. You'll need some red and some yellow, because we're going to do a soft gradient from pink to yellow. Once I mix in the red to the gesso, it's just going to be a nice soft pink, and then I'm going to mix my yellow into the gesso. It's going to be a nice bright, softer pink, or yellow, I should say. All right, so you've got your colors. You'll go ahead and mix half of your gesso into your yellow and then half your gesso into your red, which is now turning it, you'll notice, a little bit more pink. I'm going to just go in with a medium-sized flat brush, and you're just making a nice even coat of that pink color. Nice and smooth. If you get like thick globs or anything, just kind of smooth all of that out. Nice and even coat all the way to about the middle. Just that. And then you want to clean off your brush so that we don't have a bunch of pink in there anymore, and go ahead and grab your yellow that you've expressed. Same thing on the other side here, just a nice thick coat. You want it to be enough so that it's moist enough to blend. If you have too little amount of paint, then it can just run out. But while you're trying to blend it, it just kind of gets to a dry brush technique, which we don't want. You want it nice and moist for this technique. All right, so I'm going to start kind of mixing together, I should say, mixing together the two colors right in the middle there. Now this is something that you do have to be patient with, because you want it it's a slow gradient. So it takes a lot of just consistent brush work here. Sometimes when you see videos of people completing a painting or doing a specific spot, like a time lapse or whatever, which this video is sped up just a smidge, but it's definitely not a time lapse where it just seems like it takes 2 seconds. It does take a little bit of time. So just go slow. Be patient. We're just grabbing from the color from the left and then dragging it to the middle, hovering on the middle, and then we'll do the same from the right to the left, kind of dragging that paint from right to left. With the square brush, you can kind of see we're getting some blending happening, but there's still some of those liney, kind of straight edge spots. So that's where the mop brush that you see I'm using now comes into play. It just softens up your edges. So I'm kind of going more like an X now instead of just straight up and down. This will take away those lines and make sure that you're not having any rough edges, straight edges, I should say. Again, this takes time. Just be patient with it, practice it, see where there's spots that you need to continue to blend, see where the spots where you're happy with. This is a great exercise though, because you use this type of gradient with skies and landscapes, all kinds of things. So very important to get this down. The gesso is the key element here. So make sure you mix that into your paint. Otherwise the paint just kind of doesn't merge well, that I've found. So, and at some point what you'll notice, the gesso starts to kind of dry, just gets a little stiffer. It's not flowing as good. That's okay. Just do a little less pressure on your brush. You're not taking away any paint, and you're still just kind of like fluffing it. You're just doing really, really light touch for this last phase. And you'll have to kind of get to know the way gesso works. And you see how it feels just slightly different as it dries. It dries quickly, not as quickly as just straight acrylic paint. But yeah, that's one of those things you kind of just have to feel it to learn more about gesso if you've never used it. I saw kind of a thick glob on that left side, so I'm just kind of smoothing the pink side in. And now you have a nice transition from pink to yellow. Try this out. It's going to be a great exercise, and it's going to be needed a lot when we move farther into painting skies. All right, see you next time.